Okay, here's a general overview of Washington's inland water system. To the north you have the San Juan Islands, and then the very eastern terminal of the Strait of Juan de Fuca, North Sound, the Central Sound, and way down the bottom is South Sound. And you can see a red blotch in South Sound, and that's where today this film will take place. So let's take a better look at South Sound. A little more blown up. Okay, here is South Sound, and South Sound is considered to be all the water. If you were traveling by boat, that you would have to go through the Tacoma Narrows. Everything south and west of the Tacoma Narrows is South Sound, and actually some of South Sound is north of the Tacoma Narrows, but you would have to be in a boat to get there and go through the Tacoma Narrows. I know that's totally confusing. So today's little adventure at Stretch and Reach Islands will take place in the area circled in the upper central left part of the picture. Now here's a blow-up of the official navigation chart. You can see Stretch Island to the south, that's the bigger of the two, and Reach Island to the north. They're both connected to the mainland by bridges. They're both totally populated, totally Californicated, and this trip is recommended for high tides only. The cut between the islands, both little islands and the mainland, some areas of that cut do go absolutely 100% totally dry on a zero tide or lower. So you've got to watch your tides. And also the bridges are very, very low and totally off limits for sailboats going under them. And even power boats that stick up in the air a fair distance, there's no way. So this is pretty much a small boat trip. Great place for kayakers. Stretch Island does have a nice maritime museum on it. It's privately run, and it's recommended that you call in advance. They will even open it up for you for a special showing just for you. And Grapeview is full-service marina called Fair Harbor Marina, and they have some guest moorage and an actual flush toilet for you to use. That's a rarity down here. And a little store where you can get a bag of munchies and some soda pop or some beer, and that's about the size of it. So here we go. Let's take a look at this area. Okay, through the magic of the computer, I have speeded this up, and we're going to be traveling at approximately 56 miles an hour. This trip was actually done at 5 to 7 miles an hour. We are coming up on the south end of Stretch Island and entering the little cut between the island on the right and the mainland on the left. And we're coming up on the looks like it has been numerous times patched up Stretch Island Bridge. As I mentioned before, this trip is high tide only because it goes dry in there on a low tide. This entire trip took about 17 minutes at 5 to 7 miles an hour. Now we're a little bit of open water, and we're coming up on Reach Island, which is sometimes called Treasure Island. And on the left you can see Grapeview coming up, the port of Grapeview, or as they call it, Fair Harbor Marina. Full service marina, has a little bit of guest moorage, kind of a minimal store, an actual flush toilet you can use, and all kind of good stuff. It has a nice boat ramp too. Now we're in the cut between Reach Island and the mainland. Mainland is on the left. Smallest island of the two naturally has the bigger, more modern bridge. That only makes sense. Both islands are totally surrounded with houses. They're totally Californicated. Stretch Island does have a small state park, but it doesn't amount to much. And we're coming up on the speed limit buoy. Once we pass that, we can accelerate and turn around the north tip of the island and head back south again. Now we're accelerating up to about 160 to 180 miles an hour. And I'm going to go into a turn and point her back towards home until the sun gets in the lens. There we go, the big turn, and we're headed home.